Ruski's Crypto Cave here, and just a little update in the shed. Yep, finally replaced the batteries in those guys. 49 degrees on the intake wall. That might take some time to drop because it is only 25 degrees outside, so it is chilly. The bottom row is still all blocked off. That does two things: prevents snow from getting sucked in the bottom row, and if it does, snow does accumulate behind the shed, it's going to stop it from coming in. And it also helps bring up the temps inside the shed. Exhaust side, we got 70 degrees, 65 on that one, 70 on the probe up there. Top two fans are just running at a speed of 1, just to keep some airflow moving. Just because these octomonic cases do move a good bit of air yet. I left the first one the same way with just the one fan here kind of pushing through, and the other fans are just on the pull side. So, and they're on the inside of the case. And then this guy, this is the one that is on Telestai, which is the Meraki algorithm, which is like a prog pow variant. So it does use a good bit of power. That one is pulling around 1700 watts or so. And card temps are right around in the 60s now. They were getting up into the 70s, so they were getting a little high before. And they're getting in the 70s now. They would get really high when it's a lot warmer in the shed. So I just wanted to keep the temps, keep the cards happy. So I went back to the push-pull setup. So that has a total of 7 fans, 4 in the front, 3 in the back. So that's how that is. And I also picked up something to try. Recommended it from Backwards Miner. Picked up some Arctic S12038-8K. So I'm thinking these are about 8,000 RPM fans. So that is super fast. So these things should move a lot of air. Yeah, 800 RPM to 8,000. So those will definitely move a lot of air. So might mess around with them. Maybe even just those alone would be enough on the back side of this one. So figured I'd give them a whirl. I'll leave a link in the description below to those. Well, the other thing I did get, kind of copying the part of the Pandas, these kind of ran out of SSDs. As you can see, actually this guy is running off of USB stick. I believe that one as well. Actually, a bunch of them are running off USB sticks right now, just because I did run out of them. This is, I just basically, my last stock 60 gig SSD that comes with the octominers, which are pretty much kind of garbage. Although this one did last, I'm gonna say almost 4 years, actually, because it was like spring of 21 is when I got the majority of all the octominers. And that second one in there, that octominer I did get, and I think it was around December of 2020, I believe, somewhere around there. Whenever they did the octominer, did the minimum order quantity of 1 with the red panda and stuff. That's when I ordered 1 to start off with, and then I ordered 5 more back in the spring, right around when Bitcoin hit 45K or so. So I did spend 0.1 Bitcoin to buy those. But anyway, they were all pretty much all the SSDs have been replaced. That was the last one that kind of took a dump on me. So I reflashed the Windows SSD I had before on open air rigs. Used that one, but I picked up some of the Patriot 128s. Something that Panda bought off Amazon, and see how they work. I can leave a link to those guys in the description below. Got a 10-pack of them, so they should be good for a while. Shouldn't need any more of those. So. But other than that, only other thing that's changed out here, I am no longer mining Zealous. I did swap everything back over to Ergo, because Zealous has been tanking, so profitability has pretty much been shit. Profitability on Ergo isn't a whole lot better, but it is better, and it's been kind of holding a little more steady. So figured it out, might as well build a bigger bag of Ergo. Because I never really did get to the level I wanted to before, so I'll just build that bag a little bit more. So let's go inside. I'll we have an idea what the temps are here. Outside the shed is 25, 65, 66 over there, 70 at top, and then it's down to 47 here on the intake wall. And now you do have, since these are on, I should be able to pull them up in the app and see what the temps are in there as well, inside the app. But yeah, let's go hop in this on the computer and see what the temps are in MMPOS. Alrighty, we're back inside the house now on the computer in MMPOS, and rocking. I'll show you. Stand up. Rocking my Bitcoin shirt. Thank you to the hobbyist miner. He sent it to me the other day. It's got American flag logo on the sleeve, hobbyist miner logo on the other sleeve. So I'll leave a link to his store in the description below. Go check him out. Nice shirts. He has a bunch of different designs. There's like the OG Bitcoin logo one. And he's got Casper ones and all kinds of other stuff. So go check him out. I'll leave the link down below. But I like it. It's actually one of my first crypto shirts. I did actually buy another one off Amazon though too, shortly after I talked to him about this one. And but I do like it. Might have to go pick up another one, different design. So yeah, go check him out. Let's go hop in MMPOS here. This is the clapper rig, the first CMP card that I built. This is the one that the power supply fan is broken and not spinning. It looks like the fan detached. So I do have to replace that. It does have the other fan kind of blowing through there, so it should be all right, especially in the colder temps, but it definitely won't be all right in the summertime, I would think. So part of it today is probably going to go out there, disassemble the power supply, and measure the fan and see exactly how big it is, and what type of... I'll probably just pick up a Noctua or something like that. So, but I'll let you guys know what I replaced that with. But anyway, here we go. We are running at about 174 mega hash per CMP card. Core clock is set at 960. Core offset at 400. Memory, you can't really change the memory, but you could do an offset, which does help a bit. Offset is 500. These are oval clocks. If you remember when he did that video a while ago, before he passed, may he rest in peace. He did do a spreadsheet. I tried to duplicate it as best as I could, kind of going through. Let me zoom in a bit here. So we got ergo here, 960 core offset. As far as the best efficiency, somewhere on software 118. Where is MMPOS? Yep, there we go. So yeah, so he was measuring his at PMD. This is just going off of software, so PMD is gonna be more accurate, obviously. But yeah, pretty much right on the mark, just about. So. But they are running good. All the card temps are in the 40s, except for that guy's at 50. The Octo 8, Clapper 2. This one is mining Teleste AI. So this is the one that has the fans on the front and the back to push-pull. 106 mega hash on Teleste AI. Card temps are pretty much all in the 50s, except for this guy's getting a little warmer. That's in the 60s. These, I don't believe I actually repasted any of these, or maybe I did. I don't remember exactly what I did with these cards. I thought I did some of them, but maybe not all of them. Don't know. But that guy might need a paste job. But actually with those octominers, it's pretty easy. They're pretty much from right to left when you open up the case is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So thanks to Backwards Miner for figuring that out. He basically figured out which PCI slot applied to which. And didn't have to mess around, because like regular octominers, they bounce all over the place, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to figure out which card's which. But in this one, right to left, boom, 0 through 7. So I'll pull that card out and see if maybe if it just needs a paste job or something like that. Thought I maybe did them all, but I guess I didn't. But as you can see, these are pulling just right around the 200 watt mark. Core clock's at 1110, offset's 300, 250 memory offset. And they were actually a little bit higher before. I did have my 12, but it seems like the hash rate stayed pretty close to the same, and I dropped about 20 watts because they were running about 220 before at 1200 core and around 110 mega hash. So this seems like their temps are a little bit better. Hash rate didn't really change all that much, and they lowered 10% in power. Hash rate didn't drop 10%, it only dropped maybe 4.5%. So it was pretty easy math to figure that part out. So wattage went from 220 to 200-ish. hash rate only went from 110 to 105. They didn't really have to put everything in the calculator to figure it out. So just because 22 watts is 10% of 220, and you have, if you did 10% of 110, you'd be about 11 mega hash lower, so it'd be at like 99, and we're at 106. So it's more efficient. So that's why they left them this way, even though the hash rate did drop a little bit, but the efficiency increased a tad bit too. So that's where we are with that. But the some other things I'll mess around with. I'll mess around with the Arctic fans as well. Maybe slap them on the back of the case and see how they do, maybe by themselves. I don't know. And just try them on, since they have a high RPM, they might be enough alone just to cool them. I can mess around with that, figure that out. But it's something to tinker with and play around with, just because as far as there's not really much else to tinker and play around with as far as GPU mining goes. So that's kind of part of the fun of GPU mining, is just messing around with different things and trying different things out. When you have the time, of course, but I don't always have the time. But I figured I'd have something to play around with when I do have time, make some videos on, things like that. So we'll play with that when we get a chance to. But the first priority is going to be get that power supply fan replaced on the other rig. And just because if we don't have any warm days coming up anytime soon, but if you do get a warmer day, it could become an issue. So I just want to get some direct airflow over that, because the other fan is blowing over it, so it's not like there's nothing going over it, and it is cold air coming in. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. Better not be. So I guess it is kind of risky, but it's been going that way for a while, so I don't know how long it's been broken. I think it was the pirate commented and noticed it in the video that the fan wasn't spinning. I never even noticed it. I actually thought it was just part of the guard, because some fans had a guard built into the design of the fan, and I thought that was just it. Just had a quick look. I didn't really pay that close attention to it, so good eyes on the pirate for pointing that out, because that could be, especially when it gets hot, that could be a big time issue. So I want to get that taken care of, and so that doesn't cause any fires, which would be bad. So, but anyway, figured just do a quick little update video on that, follow up from the last one. So until next one, we'll catch you later.